I would like to welcome you to the call today, and I have the privilege of introducing you to a lady that had taught me some success principles very early on in life that I went ahead and applied to multiple businesses that I've had, and also to a lot of areas of my life, such from parenting to being a better wife to being a better friend to really thinking about how to enjoy life. And I'm sure you guys have met people that walk around and they're existing. They're just existing. And that's not what we were put here for. And the one thing that I learned from this lady, she used to have a license plate on her Mercedes when I met her that said love and life. And you know what? She is the epitome of this. But a lot of people become successful, but they don't spend their time helping other people do so. And that's what makes her so unique because she has spent the last 4 decades teaching other people to achieve what she has achieved. And that's a rare quality. And I'm honored to introduce you guys this morning to Sherry Sharman.
Oh, thank you so much, Rika. And this is my favorite day of the week because Saturdays, not only is this, it's at a perfect time that we can get our international team on this call. And if you're on this call and you go, you know what? I need to get some people on here. Invite them right now. If you see that your team isn't on yet, wake them up. So it's like in here in California, it's 9:30 in the morning. And why I'm so excited about this is like Rika said, this could literally change your life. Back in 1987, it was in November of 1987. Some of you weren't even born yet. I saw this opportunity for the first time. And it wasn't this company, but it was another company. And it was a concept that I really fell in love with because the only way you can become successful with our company is by helping other people. And we have a community like no other. And I think if you take a look at all the people here, and I love Brandon, he's always so excited. I love seeing him on the calls, and I get to see my friend Soda out in Texas, and there's just people that, and my other friend, Jocelyn, who's in Boston, so it's like, it's like a family reunion on Saturday. So I want you to take some time, pay attention to what we're going to share with you. Like I said, when I first got involved in this industry, I was a Montessori preschool teacher. Love being a teacher, love working with kids, but I was broke. I was a single mom and life was not easy. So if you're on this call and you go, you know what, I could use a second income, or maybe a full-time income. I don't know what your situation is, but we have an answer for you. And I have the absolute pleasure of introducing to you my business partner and dearest friend, a gentleman who is, when I met him, he was in his early 20s. And in the last 30 years, not only has he excelled in this industry, he has helped more people become successful. And because he's a great teacher and trainer and coach. And that's something that you look for in life, is somebody that is a role model, amazing girl dad. That's the thing that if I had to say anything about him beyond all his accolades in this industry, he is an amazing girl dad. And the way he takes care of his family, he just has heart. And that's why I'm so excited to introduce to you Muzaffar Najfi.
Thank you. Happy Saturday, everybody. Wow. Um, that was a lot of nice things. And I do love the girl dad. That's probably the best part of my resume, just so all of you know, is being able to help raise my daughters and be there for them, whether it's in sports and life, in school and fun. It was funny because I'm actually in Minnesota right now. My mom had a surgery yesterday. God bless. Everything is good. She's healing. She's resting. And when you talk about a community, and we're obviously here to talk about a business, but I want you to understand is friends of mine, including my mentor, someone that's been a teacher to me. You heard what she said. She met me when I was in my 20s, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. But people woke up early morning yesterday, including Sherry, to do prayers for my mom at her surgery time. And that's what I love about this community. And so I'm in Minnesota and I'm actually at my cousin's house. He's just like my little brother. And last night we were with his daughters and we were talking about, all the movies, all they were like, you know about makeup? I said, absolutely. I know about blush. I know about mascara. I have two girls. So I'm not ashamed to have that conversation with young ladies. So I'm just saying with her point to being a girl dad, I love it. I love every part of it. And if you're here for the first time, maybe a friend or a family member or a business partner, somebody invited you to this Zoom, and maybe they said, hey, what are you doing? And you said the same thing I said years ago, which was nothing. They said, jump on this Zoom. Or maybe they called you yesterday. Maybe they set an appointment for you to be here. Either way, you're here. And we're going to have a little bit of fun today. We're going to run through some information. And I'm excited to talk about this company. But before I do, for those of us that haven't met, my name is Muzaffar. And outside of the kind words Sherry has said, and thank you again for all the coaching and guidance, Sherry, not only for me, for my wife, not only in business, but in our personal life. I grew up in Minnesota, and being back here, I don't know if you've ever gone home. This is my home. I landed at the airport Thursday night, and I felt like it's like this feeling when you're home. And I grew up here since I was 10 years old. And I was told that if I want to become successful, go to school. And I got very lucky to get to a university because my mom and dad didn't have the money to pay for my college. My mom and dad made $30,000 a year combined income. And I grew up in a neighborhood that wasn't the best neighborhood in the world. And what ended up happening is I got lucky enough to get an athletic scholarship to play football at a university level, which was exciting. It helped pay for my school. And I really thought I was going to go be a professional athlete. And my senior year in university, I tore my ACL, MCL, and PCL ligament. If you know anything about knees, you're going, oh my God, that's a lot. If you know nothing about knees, it still sounds pretty bad, right? Like it's something that happened to me more crazier than the tears. What happened for me at that moment is my dreams were literally taken from me. And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you thought something was going to happen in your life and it didn't, or you had a dream or a goal and you came to a realization that it was never going to happen. When you come to a realization that a goal in your life is never going to happen, it's a hard thing to swallow. And I got introduced to this profession, what you're looking at today, which I have fallen in love with this profession. Just like Sherry did many years ago. For me, it was 1995. Exactly 30 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, I saw this. My friend picked me up and took me to a meeting. He took me to the nice area of town. Literally, like I lived in the not so nice area. So when he said we were going to Edina, Minnesota, I was like, wow, we're going to where over there people live, like over there. They live over there. And we went to this beautiful office, and I saw a company that was number one on the Inc. 500. So out of all the privately held companies in America, this company was number one. It grew at 35,000% growth. And the guy that I met was 24 years old, earning $12,000 a month. Now, look, I don't know. I really don't know if that's a lot of money to you or very little money to you. To me, it was a lot back then, and it's still a lot today. Like 12,000 a month, it's a great income, especially residually. And this guy said, I'll show you how to do it. That's all I wanted, is if someone will teach me how to do it. So what ended up happening is he said, you got to get trained. And I went to this convention, this training convention in Las Vegas. And I'll never forget, there were 13,000 people there. And when they introduced one of the co-founders and number one income earners of that company, the lights went out and a spotlight barely went on stage. This lady's dress was filled with diamonds, and the light of the spotlight hit the diamond to diamond, and it like sparkled the whole room. Maybe I'm dreaming this, but that's what it felt like. And her name was Sherry Sharman. And Sherry, I don't know if that's exactly what happened, but that's how I remember it. It was like a scene from a movie for me, because I was this young kid sitting in the far back with my brother. And I'll never forget, I looked at him and I said, someday I'm going to work with her. And my brother looked at me and said, yeah, right. And I'll tell you, dreams do come true, but I had to earn this one. I couldn't just dream it. And I earned my way into Sherry's mentorship. And she guided me and coached me. And we ended up building 7 companies in this profession. God bless, have made millions of dollars doing this. And years ago, we got a chance to be a part of what you're going to look at today. And what you're going to look at today, ladies and gentlemen, is a company called Viago. And I'm so excited to share this with all of you. Here's what I want you to know is that this right here is something that a group of us came together. And what ended up happening is that we started talking about what if we could do something together? What would it look like? And what I mean by a group of us is I was working with a company that built a skincare line, and our CEO of Viago was the CEO of that company. And he started it from nothing. His name is Isaac. And a handful of years later, he opened 900 stores in 40 countries and did 3 billion in revenue. And he had L'Oreal as his manufacturer, which never happens. My second business partner is a gentleman named Eddie Head. And Eddie and his partners created the largest travel club in the world. In the world. And they just in 2016 did over 900 million in revenue just that year, not including the 15 years they were in business. Think about that. So when you're sitting in a room with these powerful individuals and we're talking about what if we could do it together? What if we could do something bigger and better? And that's how Viago was born. It was this list, and I'll never forget. We all looked at each other and said, "What if? What if we could have this and this and this and this?" And there was this aha moment of, "Oh my gosh, this will be life changing." And Viago was born. And I'll never forget. I called a friend of mine that worked with Nike and Michael Jordan. He was working with Michael Jordan directly for 3 years. Michael Jordan was his actual boss. That's who he reported to. Imagine that. And then he helped run the West Coast sales for all of Nike. And I called him and I said, "Can you help us? I want to show you something." And we presented this. And he said, "Muzaffar, this is brilliant." And he said, "I'll open up my Rolodex to help you." And he connected some dots and some things opened up and some other people came to the table and millions of dollars were invested and Viago has been born. Last July we ended up pre-launching the company. In October we did a launch event and I called one of the nearest and dearest people to me, my mentor, and I said, "Sherry, you have to see this." And I asked her to come to our big event. At that time it was the launch, but I would have her at any big event because I needed her to see the bigger picture of this. And so I'm going to share with you what all of us saw, but let's start with Viago. Okay, so this is our membership that we're going to talk about. It is the ultimate lifestyle club. We're going to start with travel. And I'll tell you right now, the travel is the access to unlimited wholesale travel. And I want to share something with all of you. Our membership has multiple categories. Travel is a big one. Do you know why? Ask somebody today, it's Saturday, if time and money were not an issue in your life, what would you do more of? And I guarantee you answer 1, 2, or 3 would be travel more. I was interviewing an author of a book and he said, "Muzaffar, there are 5 things that people want and need. Like 5 things that they need, like that is like it's a must. Like they feel that they want and need at the same time." And I said, "What are they?" He said, number one thing that is wanted, that's needed, is money. Number 2 is better health. Now, you would think that would be switched, but I'm just telling you, they did a whole survey. Number 3 was travel more. Number 4 was significance. And number 5 was relationships. It's so funny, but I sit back and think of Viago not just as a company, but as a community that helps serve all 5 of those needs that people want in their life. These are 5 needs that everyone wants. So we're going to start with travel. What we have is access to wholesale travel. Now, there are companies like Expedia, Priceline, Booking.com. They have wholesale prices. They just don't give it to you and me. They mark it up and they sell travel at this price. It's better than retail, but it's definitely not wholesale. What we do is we give you wholesale prices. So what you're about to see is you're going to see us in comparison, right, to the public price. Public price is the Priceline price. So just so you see right here, this is Las Vegas, Caesar's Palace, $149. When you look at us, we're $101 for one night at the same hotel in the same city on the same date. The savings is 33%. Look, here's Miami, Florida. Normal is $391. Viago price is $251. That's a 37% savings. Glacier National Park, 136 normal. 91 us. And when I mean normal, I still mean discounted. It's the Priceline price, right? When you look at New York, this is Millennium Hotel Times Square, which is beautiful. Our price is $315. That's a 57% savings. Here's Venice, Italy, right? Instead of paying $281, you pay $131. I could do examples like this all day long. I've gone to Argentina, saved money. I've gone to Asia, saved money. I've gone to Colombia, saved money. I was staying at the Grand Hyatt in Colombia. Instead of paying $279, I paid $139. I was just in LA. Instead of paying $274, I paid $150 after taxes. Like, I have used our booking engine over anything because look, we've all heard that a penny saved is a penny earned. And why not save? It's not just how much money you make, it's how much you keep. So that's category number one. Category number two is our VIP escapes. Now, these are vacations that we design in two ways. One, we design these vacations where we pick the location, we pick the date, we pick what's happening. That's option one. Option two is you pick everything and we design it for you. I'll cover both of them. This is Playa del Carmen, Mexico. This vacation right here, I want you to imagine this. All you have to do is click, and this vacation is yours. You don't have to set up everything that's on here. First of all, this is a 4-diamond property. Included in the trip is round-trip airport transfers. That means from the airport to the resort, resort to the airport, paid for, included. A welcome reception, included. It's all inclusive, included. A choice of a sunset cruise. Do you know how much it would cost you to hire a boat, a crew, rent it for a couple of hours? It's included. A 3-course farewell dinner included. A foam pool party. These resorts charge you to do everything. A host that's waiting for you, included. And all of it, if you were not using Club Viago, our membership, you would pay $1,700 for this vacation. Because you're a member of this community, it's like being a member of a country club, right? Like, because you have Club Viago, you're paying $850 instead of $1,700 for the same vacation. But wait, it gets better. We have reward points. I bet all of you have rewards somewhere. I know there are people from Europe on here, everywhere on here. People have either air miles or they have at the grocery store, gas station, or restaurants, or credit cards. Like, have you guys ever built up points or miles like on credit cards? I remember when I had 1,000 points built up on my credit card, I was so excited. And then I found out it was only $10. And then, like, when you think about it, it's like, gosh, and I understand, right? Like, they're like, have you ever heard you get 2% cash back? And you're like, well, how much do I have to spend to even buy a candy bar? Like, you have to spend a lot of money to have 2% even add up to a candy bar. You know, our reward points, 1 point that you get equals $1. Wait, what? Yes, 1 point equals $1. Well, Muzaffar, how do I get the points? The minute you become a Club Viago member, we give you 600 points. So now look at this trip, which is 850. You can use your points to bring the cost down even further. Now, every trip has a maximum amount of points you can use. This one, ladies and gentlemen, you can use 150, so the price comes down to 700. Here's another trip. This is Vietnam. 5 days, 4 nights, everything included, round trip airport transfer, all of it for $575. After points, $475. Dubai, imagine 5 days in Dubai for $540 with everything included. When Sherry saw that, when she saw the company, she's like, I want to go. She goes, I don't know what you guys, I don't know when it is. I said, it's in March. She goes, that's my birthday month. I'm going to celebrate it in Dubai. I go, Sherry, you can't go for the whole month. I mean, she could. I mean, really, she could. But she was like, I want to go longer than 5 days. You can extend your trip. I think Sherry and her husband, Alex, were there for 9 days or 10 days, something like that. We did a second Dubai trip for $440. I just had 180 people from Colombia in Dubai. We had over 400 when the US went. Like, absolutely incredible. Here's Cairo, Egypt, right? Look at all of the things that are included. You know, I've never been. I'm excited to go see the pyramids myself. I'm a big fan, a huge fan. This is Phuket, Thailand for $400 and some change. Are you kidding me? Right? This is China. This is Mexico, Tulum. This is look, I'm just here to show you we've got so many trips, so many. Greece is coming. I'm just letting y'all know that one's going to sell out really, really fast. Sherry's been texting me going, is Greece out yet? The new Greece, not the one that you see. There's a new one that's being released, and the area is Thessaloniki, and there's this beautiful resort on the beach there. Anyways, there's a lot happening in our company right now. And there's also trips that we do where we give back. You know, there's a wonderful couple named Raymond and Janie, and they started helping kids by building bottled schools. And we created an escape around that. So if any of you, you know, like what Rika did last night to help the homeless. And, you know, I'm so impressed by that. You know, Rika, so many people, you know, give money, but when you give time and when you do things to support and help others, you know, I'm really, really impressed by that. And you know, may you be rewarded for what you did. And so when you think about that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we can do it inside the US, we can do it outside the US, but this right here is in Guatemala. And there's a vacation attached around building bottled schools for kids. Now, the next category in our membership, remember, it's like you have access to a country club and they're telling you, you know what you get inside of this country club? You get access to the golf course, the tennis courts, the restaurants. So I'm showing you everything inside of our, you know, country club. Next is telemedicine. This right here is brilliant. Access to a licensed doctor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've used this. My daughter got sick. She had 102.5-degree temp. And I remember I brought her home from school. She was shaking, shivering, and I put her to sleep. My wife was like, we have to take her to urgent care. I'm like, no, she's not doing well. Instead, I logged in, right? Username, password, bam, into Club Viago, went straight to telemed, and I booked an appointment. The doctor called me in 2 minutes, went through everything my daughter had, and he said, you don't have to go to urgent care. I know exactly what she has. And he sent the prescription right to the pharmacy. I got to go pick it up and help my daughter. It was amazing. I've used it for both of my daughters. I've used it for my wife. I've used it for me. Like the telemed is one of my favorite parts of this membership. We also have for people that there are people in America, and I'm talking to the US folks because we have people from everywhere right now, but people in America don't have health insurance. Some do, some don't. You can not only have access to a doctor, but you can also get discounted health insurance because we have a partner. We actually just did a call a few days ago explaining how this whole health insurance program works. If you didn't see it, ask for the replay. Absolutely brilliant. There's major medical, there's supplemental medical, and it saves people up to $8,000 a year on their medical insurance. Oh my gosh. The next area is our daily deals. This is one of my favorites because when I was growing up, I'll never forget my friend Armando got a job at Foot Locker. And I remember calling him going, hey, Armando, do you have the hookup? And he was like, yeah, do you have the hookup? Because I worked at a clothing store. So I got him discounts on clothes. He got me discounts on shoes. I don't know if you guys ever had friends like that or if you ever did that as a kid, but some of you still do it now. Listen, I would take a discount now all day long. And to have access to 1 million retailers, you save money at the movie theaters, at Six Flags, at Universal, at SeaWorld, DoorDash, golf stores, Petco. Like friends of mine were like, Muzaffar, we saved on dog food. Well, yes. Restaurants. I mean, you name it. Shows. Everything is in this daily deals. There's over 1 million retailers. My friend, Lindsay, has saved over $6,000 in the last 3 months using daily deals. And people go, how? What did she do? She saved on her car insurance. She saved on pet food. She's on car insurance. Like I've had so many people message me going, Muzaffar, I saved $2,300 a year on my car insurance. Someone saved $2,600 for the year. That's $200 a month. savings. I don't know what you pay for your car insurance. I have no idea. All I can tell you is that if you can save money and have the same carrier that you have now, or save money and have a better carrier, I have no idea. But I have people that are saving money in so many different areas. The minimum, if you click, and people go, click what? Click. Like you go into your membership and click daily deals and start clicking, clicking, clicking. You will find deals on everything that you want. I had a lady that called me and said, hey, I saved 3,500 on a new car because I clicked and I found a dealership that was connected to our program that had the car that she wanted. She saved 3,500 just on one click, just so all of you know. There's events. My friend saved 60% on going to an NBA game, F1 Formula Racing. Someone saved on the Phoenix Open. There are people that have saved with us going to the Masters. Like, look, the Masters are happening right now. I'm just letting you know that there's so much that's out there. In the last hour is our marketplace. It's our shopping area. And all I can tell you is that some of the best products in the world will be put there, from nutrition to skincare. So let's recap. The recap is simple. We have 6 different areas: discount travel booking engine inside of this membership, VIP escapes, unique experiences, telemedicine, and more. Daily member savings, best pricing on marketplace. And this is only phase 1. That's where people go, what does that mean? That means phase 2 is coming. That means there's going to be more. What about phase 3? What about phase 4? Oh my gosh. So how do you get this membership? It's simple, right? You get the membership by signing up for the membership with the person that introduced you to this Zoom, and you become a member. So the setup is $450. Remember, I told you the minute you become a member, like I did, you get 600 points. I had somebody look at me and go, you've got to be joking. Like, Muzaffar, if I spend $450, you give me 600 and 1 point equals $1. That's almost like you saying, I give you $450, you give me $600 back. And I said, yes, ma'am. And she goes, well, that's too good to be true. And I said, thank you, because that means we've done our job. But it continues to get better. Like, I look at people that have a membership somewhere. My friends have a membership at Netflix, Hulu, Peacock. Last night I was with my cousin and we were trying to watch the game, and they were like, you need to get a membership to watch the game on Fubo. And we were trying to sign up for the membership, and there was like all this stuff you have to go through. I'm like, this is crazy. And everybody has a membership somewhere. And I tell people, what did you get when you became a member? And they go, well, access. And I said, here, not only do you get access, but you got 600 points to start. And then every month, when you pay $99 to maintain your membership, you're getting 100 points that you can use towards travel, products. I mean, how brilliant is that? And by the way, it gets better. All of you have been loyal to someone. And I mean, you're loyal to your cable company. You're loyal to your light bill. You're loyal to your energy company. You're loyal to your cell phone company. You're loyal to your gym membership. What do they give you after 12 months of being loyal to them and paying your membership on time every month? What do you get? And people go, another bill. That's what my friend said. You know what we get in Viago? We get a gift after 12 months of being loyal. So not only have you saved $4,000 for the year, not only have you gained 600 points to start, 100 points every month, which is 1,200 for the year, total 1,800 points, which is $1,800. You now get a gift of either a vacation or an extra 1,000 points. And somebody looked at me and said, Muzaffar, that's like $2,800 you give back to every member that's loyal for 1 year. 600 to start, 1,200 throughout the year, and 1,000 more as a gift. And I said, we want people to win. My CEO's motto is, our goal is for you to have more than what you give us. We give you more than you give us when you become a member of Club Viago. This community is the most important thing to us, ladies and gentlemen, just so all of you know, because our friends and family are in this community. If you're going to travel the world, who do you want to travel with? And it's more than just you traveling. Like I look at my dear friend Shar on here, who literally met her life partner, her husband, on a vacation because of our membership. There's so many people that have met their best friends. The people then became the best man or maid of honor or godfather or godmother to their kids. Like things have happened because of this community. If you've ever wanted a part of a community, look at this group of people. This was at our pre-launch. This was at our pre-launch. We were at like an adult indoor play game place. It was amazing. Everybody was having a fun time. How do you become an ambassador? Right? That's our business partner. It's $49 to become an ambassador. It's so simple. We spent millions on the software, on the system, on the ABA system. Like we spent millions on this. And for you, ladies and gentlemen, it's $49. So easy to get involved. Now, there's 5 different ways we earn an income. Sherry said it at the beginning. I don't know if you love what you do and you're looking for something extra. I have so many doctors, lawyers, engineers, judges, CIA agents, teachers, construction workers, business owners. Sherry and I had a gentleman that is an author of a bestseller called Millionaire Mindset. And he's made millions of dollars, one of the top speakers in the world that joined Viago because of this community. And he's excited. He's coming to our Atlanta event. We are attracting many people, but everyone's looking for something different. Some people have money and they have no time. Some people have time and they have no money, right? I don't know where you're at, but a lot of people I know want extra. Like they love what they do, but if they could earn an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month residually, that would impact their household. Others hate what they do. Have you ever met them? Like they hate what they do and they're looking for a replacement style income. And lastly, there are people that want a 6-figure income. There's so many people that where they're working now, they'll never make 10,000 a month, 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month, no matter how hard they work, no matter how many hours they put in. And so to be able to have an opportunity, not overnight, but at least over time, gives you a pathway to get there. I fell in love with this. There's 5 ways that we earn an income. There's a direct bonus, a residual bonus, a team bonus, a sapphire bonus, and a matching check bonus. I'm going to cover 2 out of the 5 today. The simple one is the direct bonus. We introduce people to Viago all day, every day. This is one of many presentations that are happening right now. And I'm very honored that you were invited to this one with me. And so I'm grateful that you're here. But there's a lot of presentations happening right now. And anyone that introduces a guest when they become a member, and there's going to be hundreds of members that will join today, hundreds of members that will join tomorrow. And the person that introduced them will earn $100. It's our referral bonus. And I hope you're thinking what I was thinking. Well, wait a minute. So if I bring 5 people, I make 500. Yes. 10 people, 1,000. Yes. 20 people, 2,000. Yes. 30 people. Like that's how I was thinking. And I said, what's the limit? And they said, it's unlimited. I said, oh my gosh, I'm introducing everybody to this. That's how I thought. And I'll tell you right now, when you get 6, I know what you're thinking. I know, Muzaffar, I can do the math. Well, that's $600. Yes. But you know what's even better than that? Is your membership is now free every month. What if Netflix told you, refer me 6 people and you'll never pay a Netflix membership? What if your gym told you that? What if your cell phone company told you that? What if your light bill? What if the electric company said, refer 6 people in your electric company? Like, it doesn't happen unless you're here with Viago. And so I'm telling you, I introduced my 6. I introduced Sherry Sharman. She was like, Muzaffar, I got to get my 6. She goes, I love this membership. I just don't want to pay it. And this is someone that's a multimillionaire. Like everyone that I introduce goes, I want to get my 6. And so people start introducing others that want to get their 6. And then what happens is you start building a team. See, the one thing that everyone has is they have what's called residual bills. All of you do. You have a residual. It's just residual bills. Your bills are going to come in whether you have a job or not. Your bills are going to come in whether you have money or not. Your bills are residual. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to build a team and create a residual income. So we build 2 teams here. I introduce people who introduce people. When you have 5 members on one team, which we'll call it a left team, and 5 members on, let's call it a right team, And you don't have to personally bring all of them. What if you introduced Brandon and Brandon introduced Shar and Shar introduced Rika and Rika introduced Tony and Tony introduced Kim? The only thing you did was introduce Brandon. And then let's say you also introduced Sherry and Sherry introduced Kathy and Kathy introduced Stevie and Stevie introduced Mazafar and I introduced my best friend Juan. And you now have 5 people on your left team, 5 people on your right team. Everybody's keeping the membership, the Club Viago Plus. You're earning $50 a month guaranteed. And you might go, well, that's not a lot of money. And I go, well, 5 people is not a lot of people, especially because you didn't bring them all. When your team grows to 10 left, 10 right, you're now making a guaranteed income of $200 a month as long as all the members are Club Viago Plus members. And this is where people go, how does it get to 10-10? I just showed you. Everyone's trying to get their 6. Everybody is. I introduced Sherry. She wanted her 6. She got it in less than a week. She introduced Kathy. She got it in 4 days. She introduced Rika. Rika got her 6. Stevie got his 6. Like everybody's getting their 6 and your team is growing. I was talking to my friend Matt last night and he was at Mazafar. He's like, our team is growing. Our Africa team has been unbelievable. I said, Matt, I'm so happy for you. He has a gentleman named Martin that got signed up in November. In November, he finished 10-10. That's $200 a month residual. For someone in Africa, it's massive. In December, he got to 25-25. In January, he got to 50-50. 50-50 is $1,000 a month. In February, he finished 100-100. Right now, Matt was telling me, Mazafar, he's so close to finishing up 250-250. That's $5,000 a month residual income. When you get to 500 people on your team left, 500 people on your team right, it's 10,000 a month every month. What if it took you a year to finish that? What if it took you 2 years? What if you don't do this? If you don't do this, then the income opportunity you have is your career right now. And that might be a great thing for you. But why not have a second stream of income? Why not have a spare tire just in case your car gets a flat? And I mean your financial vehicle. Why not have a spare tire that grows with or without you? Because this system is here that you can plug people into. We do the presentation for you. We do this almost every day of the week. Next week, we're going to have a presentation Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Like, think about it. All you have to do is introduce people. When you get to red diamond, that's $20,000 a month. Purple diamond's $36,000 a month, and black diamond's $85,000 a month. And that's just one out of the 5 ways that we earn an income. And we have a beautiful digital wallet that everyone around the world is using that's got so much technology behind it. The one thing I tell people is just because you join, it doesn't mean money's going to go in your pocket. Just like if you join a gym, it doesn't mean muscles are going to go in your body. You have to do the work, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a whole training program that will help teach you and train you how to do this from an online system called Inner Circle that I really believe everybody should be a part of, every single human, whether they're in Viago or not, because the information that you will have access to is second to none. And then we have our live events. Remember, I said I got Sherry to a live event. I got her to a bigger event. That happened to be our launch, but it's no different other than it was our first one. The one that's coming up in Atlanta, it's called Amplify. That's identical to what I sent Sherry to. And I didn't just send her there. I was there, like welcoming her and her husband. I'm just saying that I want you to right now understand that training is the key to success. And I'm so excited to have a few people quickly tell their story, and everybody has different backgrounds. And I love real quickly to go to my friend Brandon, who is him and his wife have made a serious decision to get started, and I've seen what they've done. And Brandon, in a short 30 to 60 seconds, if you could just let them know your background, but what's happened. When I heard your story the other day, we were talking and you were like, Mazafar, this is what we did. And I think it was your first X amount of days. But if you could share that, I'd really appreciate it, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Hey guys, my name is Brandon V. As you can tell, I have a funny accent, originally from London, England. Spent 19 years in Canada. Now I make my home in beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico. I saw this company, had to jump in, love travel, And here's all I did. I just took it to a bunch of my friends, didn't know how to explain it, got them onto the Zoom. Out of 12 people that I showed it to, 11 people said, absolutely yes. We made $1,700, got our six, and never had to pay a membership since then. Absolutely loving it.
Perfect, my friend. Appreciate that. Rika, who was hosting, she's not just a host, like she's not a paid host. Rika is one of our partners. She's an ambassador. Rika, it was great what you did last night, but could you share with everyone your story of what's happened since you've gotten started in your background, like what you do, as a profession?
Sure. So my name is Rika Patino, and I have been a realtor for 25 years, and I have a team, and I've had some success. The one thing about real estate, though, is that every single year, it doesn't matter how much money I make, I have to start all over again. And the thought of when am I going to be able to retire? It scared me. And what happened is that Sherry called me, and first got so excited about the travel because my husband and I love Sherry and Alex, and we love traveling with them, and we have a blast together. And I thought, wow, let's just do that. But then I stopped and I took a really serious look at the compensation plan. I'm a numbers person, and I did the math, and I went inside, backwards, and I looked at the comp plan, and I saw the magnitude of what I could build and what my husband and I could build together. And so I got started and got my six right, very quickly, and then started ranking up in the comp plan. And now I'm a silver, working on sapphire right now. We're just jumping right past gold. And it's fun because now I'm getting to work with my team and help them get their six and help them rank up. And it's just, we're having a great time. And Sherry says, that we're loving life. And you know what? The one thing that I want to share with you is take a serious look, because you don't want to look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. You got an opportunity to work with successful people that have paved the way and are showing you step by step. If you follow in their footsteps, you'll get where they got. Find someone that has what you want, do what they do, you'll get what they got. It's really simple. So I hope you'll be traveling on the beaches of the world with us.
Perfect. Thank you, Rika. And lastly, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark. I see my buddy on here. He was one of the individuals that partnered in the travel company that was #1 in the world. And him and his business partners helped with this. And I remember being in the room with him as we were putting our wish list together. And Jeff Balf, buddy, are you available, man? I love when you get on, and love to always have your energy, my friend. If you could tell your story, your background and what's happened, and why Viago, brother? You've made millions of dollars. Why Viago? Why now?
Well, thanks for having me on. I just flew in from Wisconsin, been up there for the last week, and wow, gonna hear some things from Wisconsin, but I'm from Mustang, Oklahoma, ran an insurance agency for years. I got a call like you did, guys. My call came a little over 20 years ago, doing something I'd never done before because I was working. My business partner, Troy, had his own anesthesia practice. We saw this vision of travel. We started sharing it. And what I'm about to tell you is not to wow you, impress you, entice you. We put hundreds of thousands of people into that idea. I took my kids on over 200 vacations, fastest growing travel company on the planet. And then this craziness hit, as Musafir said, but what we was able to do behind the scenes, guys, is regroup, rethink, but more importantly, relaunch. You haven't missed a thing, but us designing this to go very, very fast. I just read something on the way to Wisconsin. The owner and CEO of LinkedIn put something out this week that he said, and I'm not trying to scare you, this is what he's put out. 2034, he said 99% of all jobs will be deleted because there's this thing called AI. But guess what? It can't replace the beaches of the world. It can't replace relationships. So now you have the opportunity to see one of the best presenters in the world that all you had to do was an invite to the information. And then secondly, if 2020 taught us anything, is not to have all your eggs in one basket. So if you have a team here that will impact you, will train you, and all you have to do is invite and have fun, welcome to being at the right place, the right time. Why I'm here is the people. Why I'm here is the culture. Why I'm here is I got a product I don't have to sell no one. I just have to go share it. And I'd learned that from being from the insurance business. I can tell you, you're at the right place, the right time. I've been here before. I know what it looks like, feels like, smells like. And Musafir, it smells like freedom to me. We are here. If you're looking at this, get locked in. Positioning and timing's everything, as he'll explain here in just a second, because you never know who the next rock star we're going to put on your team that can absolutely blow it up. Don't miss Atlanta. It's your chance to be first. That means you have first movers advantage right now before the rest of the world hears about it. So thanks for having me, Musafer.
Appreciate it, buddy. And listen, I mean, he was just in Wisconsin for a lady named Lindsay, the one that I told you that saved $6,000 using our membership in 3 months. Lindsay was introduced by a lady named Deb. I was on a call yesterday with Deb because she has a team started in Mexico and also a team starting in Colombia. Deb is an anesthesiologist, a nurse anesthesiologist, and she owns, I think, over a dozen med spas. And she fell in love with Viago. She just finished 50-50. And she was literally with all of her scrubs and stuff on the Zoom in between patients. And because she's loving this. Listen, we have so many phenomenal stories. We could be here all day just having story time. But I want to show you how to get started, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just keep it simple, right? How you get started is you get the membership. Like, that's it. And it's $450, and the $499, the $49 is the registration to be an ambassador. The person that introduced you, this is your friend. This will be you. There's only 2 teams that they're building, a left team and a right team. You will go in the next available spot. Anyone that they're bringing is either going to go underneath you or underneath. So it's like, think about it. 50% of the contacts your friend brings will go on their right team and 50% will go on their left team. You will reap the benefit of people coming into your team that you don't even know who they are, unless you give your position away. And you might be thinking, why would I do that? I don't know. Maybe you want to think about it. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why somebody wouldn't just start right now, because that's what I did. But what happens is somebody else will start today and they will take your, well, you're really giving it to them. You're giving it away. And then when you do decide, you'll go underneath them. Do you know how many times I've seen this happen? Like, it's unbelievable. Yesterday, Sherry and I had a conversation with somebody and they were like, I'm ready to go. And Sherry will tell you this. She had somebody saying, I'm ready to go, but I need to wait 2 days. And I was like, okay. And literally when we finished the conversation, other people joined Sherry's team. She literally called me and said, Muzaffar, I've got 2 more people signing up. And I'm going, oh my gosh, if that guy would have just joined at that moment, these 2 people would have gone in his team. And these 2 people, one of them has been in the entertainment and marketing industry that's so excited. The other one is a young guy that's on a full ride scholarship for golf to a university, and he's in a fraternity, and he's excited to go to all of his frat members. And this guy could, anyways, the point is, you'll miss out. I'm just saying. So don't be that guy. And I'm not saying anybody's name. And maybe he's on this Zoom right now, and he may not like me. I didn't do it. I didn't make you wait. I'm just saying, stop waiting. A, B, or C. A is I'm all in. B is I have some questions. And C is I need to see it again. And that's okay. I was an A. Sherry was an A. And Sherry, I would love for everyone to know why you were an A as we wrap up this call, because you're somebody, you literally before I called you had invested 1.5 million in a franchise. You've got an amazing husband that you spent the majority of your life looking for. You're 72 years, phenomenal. And I'm allowed to say her age. The ladies, don't look at me sideways. She says her age, so I can say her age. And she's proud of it. And you've got grandchildren, you've got a son, you take care of your 92-year-old mom. Why Viago? Why now? I ask you every presentation, and I want people to hear it because I want the new person to hear it. And for those of us that have been around for a while, it's always a great reminder for me why someone with your status, caliber, success, life experience has chosen to go all in with Viago. And I'll turn it over to you.
Muzaffar, I absolutely love these Saturday calls, and between Jeff and Rika sharing their testimonials, and I wish all of you could hear Shar and Soda and Steve, and there's so many people on this call that have powerful testimonials. And you said something when you first got on the call. You said that going to Minnesota from Arizona to go see your mom and take her to the hospital, you said it felt like home. And that's what Viago feels like for me. When I went to Las Vegas and I went to the event, and that's why I know it's only a few weeks away, it's the beginning of May. If you're brand new on here, I hope that you understand the power of our events, coming and meeting us in person, getting a chance to see that we're just real people and that we want to help you. And that was really the thing that made me come out of retirement. We just started a franchise business that, it's a salon suites, and it's, just like all of this, I gave that to my husband and my son to run, and I'm 100% focused on Viago. This is my day. I'm having, Rika said, I'm having the time of my life. I love this community. I love this product. Going to Dubai and having an opportunity to meet everybody in person, it literally gave me more gas to be able to go run, because I can take my friends and family and business associates on trips and go have fun. And that's what I believe is missing in this world right now. People are working so hard and they're trying to make ends meet, and so few people have fun in their life anymore. They really, vacations and trips and all of that, those are memories that you can take with us. We can't take any of the other stuff with us, but we can take our memories with us. And I am so grateful for this Saturday, because not only did you get to see our presentation, but on Saturdays we do a fast start training. And what we will do is tell you how to get started. If you're brand new and you're going, okay, how do I get started? Well, training is going to show you not only how to get started, but how to invite people to get on these calls, get into your business. This is something you just tell us how much time you have. If you've got a few hours a week, we'll take it. If you're like me, that's all in, we had the best day yesterday. And I have a saying that I say every morning, and I want all of you to know, as I wake up in the morning and I say, I declare that something wonderful and prosperous is going to happen to me today. And it does. Every single day. And that's something that we want all of you to experience. So, Muzaffar, let's end this call and let's get started with the training.